Hello, everyone, and welcome to the annual Hart Outdoor Track and Field Media Day. I'm your host, Hart correspondent Rich Linden. Super pumped up right now to be joined by Graceland University head coach Quentin Harley and two of their outstanding student athletes. Coach, how you doing today?
Doing great, doing great. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, well, we are rolling through track season outdoor. We're just weeks away from the Hart Championship. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that. But before I do, let's get to these incredible student athletes. Would you please introduce who you brought with you today and tell me a little bit about what they bring to the team and what they mean to the team?
Yeah, Sydney Gilliland, junior on the team. Specialty in high jump. Just been a great example on the track and in the classroom. And just now we look up junior year. It's almost surprising how far she's came. These past few years. This is Michael Milzagel. Hopefully I pronounced his name right. I have a problem with his last name. Seems like these last few years, but where do I start with Michael? Be a senior this year. He's come such a long way. Has achieved so much along the way, and again, it's just been awesome to kind of see his maturation over the years into what he's become now.
Fantastic. Well, you know what? I'll just start with you, Michael. First of all, what events do you run? What events do you compete in? And I see track is taking you all over the world, like Mexico, China, all over the place. So, what has the sport of track and field meant to you? Like, how did you get there? What got you started in track and field? Tell us all that.
Yeah, so I'm a high jumper. That's pretty much my main event. I get into a couple other events here and there, but not too often. Really, what got me started in track and field was seeing my siblings do it. Growing up, all of my siblings were all in track, and they enjoyed track a lot, and so that made me want to become a track athlete as well. And what kind of got me into high jump was my brother. My brother, he's older than me. He competed in the high jump, and that really made me want to do what he did and follow in his footsteps. And I've kind of continued the path a lot further than he did.
Fantastic. Well, let me flip over to Sydney then. I have two high jumpers with me. So let me ask this question. We're just a month or so out from finishing indoor season. I've heard today from hurdlers, I've heard from some of my distance runners about how hard it is the transition from indoor, where you have controlled climate, to outdoor, and the effects of the elements and the weather and everything. I've heard from the hurdlers and those guys, but what about high jump? Does it really affect you? And how do you mentally and physically prepare for that transition from indoor to outdoor as a high jumper? Sydney, I'll start with you.
Yeah, so outdoors is usually where I shine, weirdly enough. But I think every morning you just gotta wake up, know what you're gonna pack for the day, just know kind of how the weather's going to look when it comes to competition time. Because as a high jumper, you have to take into account, how cold it's gonna be just with waiting in between jumps, but more importantly, the wind and how that's gonna look, because wind plays such a big part in high jump, whether it's coming at your back or going towards your face. You just gotta know what you're gonna have to look for.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Wind was probably one of those things. Well, it hasn't slowed down Michael. Michael, multi-NAI national champion track and field. Tell us, what are some of your favorite memories that you hold as you've done competed at the national level?
Oh man. My favorite memory overall is definitely my first national championship that I won. That's probably the biggest thing for me in my career, was that first one. Obviously the second one, just as sweet, also one of my top favorites. And then I would say the international meets that high jump has taken me to, getting to travel the world has been super cool. Super cool to see different cultures and just compete at that level.
That's awesome. Well, coach, outdoor season, man, we're rolling through it, just weeks away from competing for a conference championship. So how's the season coming along so far? Tell me about some of the highlights, some of the athletes, and Michael and Sydney on their journey.
Yeah, no, it's been a great season so far. Weather seems to be cooperating up to this point, so I think that's major when you're talking about the Midwest. But our athletes are just chugging away, training hard. putting together some really good performances. We've just wrapped up week 2, so seems like we're so young in the season, but we're about halfway, a little over halfway to go. So yeah, starting to see turn over some really good performances along the way. Michael kind of highlighted things this last weekend, breaking the NAI all-time high jump mark, jumping 2.2 meters. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, we were. I mean, I wasn't expecting it. Michael, he came up to me and said, "Hey, coach, I know you don't expect me to jump 7 foot every meet, but I think I'm gonna try." So, hey, he's on fire right now. It's been really cool to see. And our team is just feeding off of that, and I think we're really right around the corner to starting to get some of those big marks heading into the championship season.
Awesome. So, Michael, what's your major and what are your plans after graduating?
My major is business management and I have a minor in econ. Right now, my plan is to work for my dad after I'm graduating. We'll kind of see where the world of track and field takes me after I graduate, but as of right now, that's the tentative plan.
Competing, any thoughts on coaching one day?
It's crossed my mind. It's crossed my mind a little bit. I definitely don't see myself ready to give track and field up, so that could be something in the future.
Awesome. Sydney, Kansas City girl originally. What brought you to Graceland to become a Yellow Jacket?
I had no idea that this place was here my senior year. I had a teammate who grown up with since elementary school, really. He reached out to me over Instagram and just said, "Hey, you ever thought about doing this before?" I was like, I don't know. I don't know about that. And he said, just come check it out, give it a chance. And then once I got on the campus and started meeting a couple people, it just felt like such a safe environment, which was something that I was very touched by. And that took me a long way, clearly, because I'm here, but that's
Yeah.
what I
It
Yeah.
sounds like you have a culture there at Graceland, even outside of the track team, of support. And what does that mean to you, Michael? You've been competing on a national and international level. Tell me a little bit about that whole atmosphere at Graceland and the community. How much do they support athletics and the Yellow Jackets?
It's super cool to see, especially from like your professors. You're walking around campus, everyone's telling you congratulations or asking you how you did the weekend before. And it's just super cool to see and know that you have that support staff behind you and have everyone in this community that is in your corner.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, we got 3 weeks. We're going to be heading to Baldwin City for the Hart Conference Championship. Coach, I know we've got some individual athletes here performing at a high level. What are some of the team goals that you have, and what are you doing mentally, physically, and training to prepare to meet those goals?
Yeah, every day, just always trying to progress and get better. That's the easy answer to it. But, each of the athletes just understanding, you can't run in the conference championships in one day, it's kind of a progression on up to that point. So really just understanding, keep kids patient along with the plan and things like that. But more of anything, we would love to get to the conference championships and be at the top half as a team on both sides. We would love to go for a couple of these relay medals and things like that, and individual championships and things like that along the way. So we got some lofty goals, individual wise, relay wise, team wise, things like that. But again, I just try to focus on the day to day and stay healthy is a big thing, things like that. But for the most part, they're doing everything they can for that conference championship. It's just just trusting our training up to that point and let the chips fall where they may, so to speak.
Yeah, so Coach, the Hart, it's so competitive, both indoor and outdoor, as a conference. It's crazy the level. Tell me what it's like to be coach in the Hart Conference, and what are the other schools? What are the other coaches like? Do you have support system? And tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so honestly, didn't have much interaction when it came to NAI up to this point. I was a Division II and Division I athlete myself. I
Okay.
coached from Division III on up to D1 at some point. So coming here, I didn't really know what to expect, but found out really quick, like you said, our conference is very competitive, and our times our times and different marks, throws, and all of that match up with some lower level Division I, higher level Division II conferences. So it definitely brings out the best in you. You know, you want to put our student athletes in the best position to be successful, and that's a high level. So it definitely challenges you on a day-to-day basis. But when it comes to the coaches and the camaraderie in the conference, it's something I've never experienced. You know, I'm really close friends with quite a few of the head coaches and assistant coaches in the conference. So that's been really cool to kind of let the guard down, so to speak, when it comes to the competition side, and really, you know, make lifelong connections I feel like I've made in this conference. So it's been cool.
That's huge, man. It's one of the reasons I love the Heart. Sydney, I said you have about a week left before finals, and it just blows my mind that track and field, you are ramping up to your championships at the same time you're closing out a semester of finals, of papers, of all the things that are due. How much stress does that put on you, and how do you balance training in track and finishing up a semester with your academics?
Yeah, I would say this time of the season, this time of the year is a lot for us in particular, but I mean, all within like the next week, it's all going to be over. So you just have to manage everything that you can. I would say just take it one day at a time. Make sure you keep on top of your schoolwork. That's a big thing for me personally, and I think a big thing for all of us just in general, because school's got to come first. But it's just about maintaining the balance that's good for you. It's all individual based. So maintaining your own balance, make sure you're getting into practice, make sure you're getting your schoolwork done, and just taking everything one day at a time.
Well, thanks. And thank you guys so much. I love this. Love track and field, as I told you earlier. So excited to see you progress 3 weeks out. Good luck this weekend. Thanks for being on Media Day, and we'll see you in Baldwin City for a little Heart Championship. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
You have a good one.